All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're just about to start the quarterfinals, and we have got an absolute special guest, almost famous to everybody in the world. Dave Ewing joins me in commentary. He's still working out how to use the headset.
That's right. Hey guys, pleasure to be here.
He's got it all sorted now.
Just on Jamie. It's finally, after all the years that I've been overseas and hearing Jamie on the commentary, you finally get to do it with you.
And Jesus, who broke that? That is large. Jimmy Della, of course.
Oh, that's a surprise. Looks like it's got a good angle on the first yellow in the middle. It's basically, he just makes this pot. I think he's out here.
You're looking at yellows. I'm looking at reds. Only because I think the yellow in the middle is a bit dodgy, but they're both feasible. I'm not allowed to use the word dodgy anymore because everyone looks at me like I'm thinking I'm talking about myself.
I think it's just down to personal preference. You want to take the harder starter or and the easier out?
Well, Dave, you know Jimmy better than I. You're an SA boy, and you've got the correct mail. Dave Ewing 1, Jay Stevens 0.
Oh, he's missed it too.
Hang on a minute. Maybe that was Jay Stevens 1, Dave Ewing 0.
I think he's going to be playing the yellow and is it open? Oh no, he's on reds.
Yeah, he's on the reds, but this young fella Ty got away with a bit of murder there against JB that last match, and I think he can't afford to make the mistakes that he made against JB against Jimmy. I think he'll get punished, so
absolutely
we'll need to lift a bit here. And this by no means, I'm commentating with Dar.
I've been called a lot of things in my life, but never Dar. Well, you feel like for Ty, if he wants to be competitive in this match, I mean, he just has to take these opportunities. Absolutely.
I mean, Jimmy's just missed his opening ball and just said, here, have a frame, but has to still get the balls.
Is he going to screw into the red here, you think? Or is he just going to play for position?
I feel he needs to screw into it. In fact, you'd have to hit it really badly to not be on something here.
Yeah, definitely. I think you just don't want to leave it. Make sure you don't push it to the rail. Wow.
I was just going to say the only way you can not get this right is if you overplay it, and that's exactly what he's done.
Yeah, you need to play go a bit deeper on the white there. He's played a bit too much screw.
Big screw back shot coming up here.
Yep. This will test the nerves early on in a quarterfinal for sure.
You have to pick the gap between the two yellows. Just land right hand side of the table. And he actually wants to come back a fair bit too, like maybe the balk line, because he doesn't want to leave him too much angle on his last red.
I would probably just try and screw back to the back rail here, I think. Oh, he struck that nice.
That's a beautiful shot. He's actually...
Oh, he's perfect.
Wow, Christmas. That's Christmas.
It actually depends how straight he is, how easy it's going to be to get on the black here.
You know what, though? Even if he's really straight, and he's got to play the white ball from... Well, if he's really straight, you run through as far as you can to minimise the angle even more. It looks like he's got angle because he's gone across it.
Oh, he was perfect.
Oh, he's too straight, is he?
Oh, I think he's okay. Is he off angle? Camera angle's a bit deceptive.
If he's just off straight, it's perfect.
I think he's just off centre. I think he's okay.
Yeah, he's looking right side of the table, so it's a good sign for him.
Just got to make sure you just hit this swing and get through the ball.
Like you, mate.
Not this morning. Did the JB stabbing and jabbing. Didn't work too well. Oh wow, Alec stumped the wide over here, and Jonesy just said thank you very much. I think the black's on.
Jonesy's made a quarter. What's going on? He must have the sickest draw of all time.
Mate, all you had to do was just look at Jonesy's face to see whether he was still in the tournament.
What a shot that was there.
Yeah, he struck that very well.
He played with some left-hand side as well, juiced it right up at his fat ass.
Great confidence booster for Ty.
And that is a response to say, Jimmy, do not chop up easy balls or take the wrong balls. I will punish you. You must send that message early to no matter who your opponent is, especially if they're even higher quality. Jonesy's almost fitting into a C cup now, isn't he?
can't miss that cranium anyway, can you?
Hasn't changed in about 40 years, I reckon. Exactly the same. Looks exactly like the Cookie Monster. Or Crazy Johns.
You may have to settle for a double on that red now, I think. I think it's just a little bit awkward angle. I don't think he wants to play this with a bit of left-hand side to come down. Just make sure of the pot.
You don't like playing this, whoops, and then playing for the ball at the top and leaving that till last down the rail?
I'd probably just leave that ball up at the top as my link up for the black. It's hard to see how easy that black is accessible.
Actually, I'm just looking at the table, and it's pretty tough actually.
Yeah. And also, if say he left the railer last and then put it over hole, I mean, especially against Alec, I mean, he's going to snooker you, get 2 shots, and then you're chasing the frame from there.
Yeah, exactly right.
Dave Guildford to table 5. Dave Guildford, table 5.
Looks pretty straight on this double.
So James doesn't really play that much these days, does he? But he's still got the smarts. He still has the creativity as well to produce big outs.
Also with Jonesy, he's playing a lot of the American game these days because he loves the trips to Vegas. All the boys do. So even though he hasn't been playing this game, he's still hitting the ball relatively sweet, as you know when you play the American game.
I don't know.
Oh,
yeah, it's not amazing. Needs a dead weight this in now. This is a tough shot.
If he misses this, I'm waiting for the Jonesy waddle. What he'll do is that he'll put his hands on his hips and he'll just shake his head and start waddling.
Oh, you heard that, folks. Let's keep an eye for the Jonesy waddle.
Insider information.
If he pots it, though, it's going to just ruin everything. It's a big shot, this. It's a tough shot. I don't know why I'm lifting my head up to try and see over the cue. It's not going to change for me on the screen.
I was lifting my head up to see over Jonesy. Oh, he's missed it.
It was a tough shot. No one can really criticise for missing that. It was a tough shot.
He had a little bit of a waddle with the head, but no hands on the hips, unfortunately.
Well, he was too busy leaning on the table in case he fell over. So,
well, in these frames like this against Alec, you just don't win unless you come up with a huge shot on the red.
Yeah, exactly right. He's just going to shut you down. Straight away, Alex is going to go on and get this yellow X. The only thing to stop me from winning the frame.
You might even leave him an edge here. You don't want to. All you want to do is make sure you don't give him a chance to come rail first. Yeah,
I don't think this red can go anywhere, can it?
That triple maybe. That's about it. But I mean, you're never going to play that opening up his balls.
Well, you know what? Maybe you do, because it may be the only chance you get at a shot.
True.
I mean, you just bump this somewhere and you know you're going to get buried again the next shot.
Absolutely.
So maybe take it on while you can. He's looking at it. Meanwhile, Jimmy's responded. Oh, has he?
Oh my gosh. Oh.
Puts his hand up in apology, knowing that I did not want to be anywhere near that red. Just a bit too much top spin, bit of
Jimmy did a special. That's a great answer by Jimmy.
Well, he's done exactly that.
That's actually not a bad shot by Jones. But it's not really giving him a chance to win the game. All it is really just buying him time and saying, Alec, you can't go game yet.
I was just going to say, this Alec, all he's going to do is just come off the side rail and hit that the bottom of the 3.
Yeah.
Just key thing is just making sure it's a cushion, obviously.
Yeah. Just make sure you hit it full so you don't risk going in off in the middle too.
Yeah, it's a good shot. This is what I'm saying. Now you actually don't even have a chance to pot this anymore.
Well, actually, I think Jonesy's got an opportunity. If you can go, because his total, go rail first, try and hit the red as full as possible. Your red should be potable in the corner, and you're probably only going to leave him an edge of the yellow there as well.
Do you really think you can hit this full, though, off the side rail?
Yeah, it looks like it from here.
I do like your shot. I just don't know if you can get enough purchase on the red.
He's going to miss on the side. I just hit that perfect.
Oh, wow. So there you go. The triple was not the shot because he's just produced a very good containing shot.
I wonder if he can get an edge or if he's totally... If he's got an edge and Alec's still fine.
Yeah.
Just got to make sure you send it around the table. So who broke that over there on the Jimmy table?
I think Jimmy broke.
Right. Oh yeah, Jimmy's come up dry.
Oh, it's well judged because he knew he was going to get close to it. So what's Jonesy do here?
Has he got a long double maybe?
You reckon he can sneak off the side and see? Yeah, he's looking at it.
Well, if you can play the long double and try and leave it on the left-hand side near the black, he's going to leave at least, even if he misses, at least he's leaving Alec a tough starter. Just doesn't want to leave him the starter in the middle.
And you absolutely do not want to make contact with that ball near the cushion.
Absolutely.
You do that and you know the frame's done. Tell you that, if he pulls his frame, if he pulls his shot off, do we see the Jonesy like a different type of waddle?
Yeah, a waddle with his smile.
The smiling waddle. Oh, he's done exactly what I said he didn't want to do.
Yeah, he's hit that horribly.
But he's got a good wide.
Yeah, I think Alec's just going to chip off the ball on the right-hand side and just leave the white behind those two yellows that are knowing Alec. On a shot like this, you just want to make sure you leave it short as opposed to long. If you overhit this, then you give him then you're just giving the frame away.
Chance in the middle, yeah.
Yeah. He may even take this on actually. Slow roll, and then we'll have one to play it as a two-way shot. Yeah. Oh, Alec just said, you know what? I'm the boss here, and I'm just going to go game.
That's a sign of confidence right there.
Absolutely. Alec has looked focused the entire day. He's been hitting the ball incredibly well.
Actually, I think AJ, who's right next to you, came over and said to me that he's playing awesome. I hadn't actually watched Alec play all day. As soon as I lost, I jumped on mic and hadn't. I did actually see one of Alec's matches, but we were sort of focused on Mikey's match because it became a bit of a comedy.
Right.
It was a bit of an interesting frame there in the middle.
Alec's actually finished a little bit awkward here. I think he's just off angle. So I think he's going to have to soft screw probably to about the same area and then play the yellow by the red in the middle. But this is probably the key shot of the frame here. Just want to make sure he gets good position. Oh, maybe he can top through the gap. I'm not sure if he's going to be happy with that. Unless it goes in the middle.
I think it passes. I think it passes. I actually have to believe he played for that.
Oh, yeah, absolutely, then. If that's the case, then he said that absolutely perfect.
Yeah.
Grandfather time, Alec Evreniadis.
Oh,
just keeps chugging them along.
Pretty clinical. That, like I said, that opening pot was huge. And you saw where the white was. If he misses it, he leaves Jonesy pretty well on.
It's one thing with Alec is that whenever it comes to these types of situations, he just goes to a new level, as all the great players do. One thing with Alec recently, even though he hasn't been playing a lot of two-shot ball, but he was practicing a lot for the American game, playing American 8-ball, and then Jimmy's got in that a bit too much. And Alec, because he's been practicing on those tables, like because your timing improves so much, especially with touches of side. So you can see out there, like he's just hitting the ball pure at the moment.
Yeah, he's cueing very well.
Jimmy hit his ball a bit too sweet there. I'm not sure. Oh, yeah, no, the yellow doesn't
Jimmy's
pass.
doing what Jimmy does, just smashing in long balls. Just knocked that in, no worries.
Smooth it in.
That was so easy, he said.
This link up is quite tough though, because I don't think the yellow by the black passes in the right corner at the moment. He might not actually be on the one in the yellow on the right. It's hard to tell from this angle.
He's not.
Oh, he's got to play the plant then, I think.
I can see the table.
Actually, he may play this off the red instead of playing a plant. I like taking it off the red here because you hold the position.
Do you think you can actually take that off the red? Oh.
Ooh, he's left the gap there, I think.
Yep. I reckon that red up the top of the table goes too past the yellow. So it's really this one on the left-hand side of the table. It's probably the trickiest ball. Well, actually, the one at the top's the trickiest because you've still got to transition to it.
Yeah.
Big break from Jonesy, but I don't think he's pot one.
The balls didn't spread well. Must be said though for guys watching at home that these tables are playing like absolute buckets.
Yeah, I've explained that.
Oh, okay.
But it's worth explaining again to the people who've just tuned in. But yeah, they're large.
Yeah, you can hit them with confidence down the rail for sure. They're very square.
I think I'm the only person in the room that couldn't pop balls down the rail on these tables. Like everyone else is just making them go in from everywhere. That was the first frame.
Yep. So what's the other two matches we got? We got Pop Coco playing. Is that Mikey over there? It is Mikey.
Shannon Purcell and Mikey, yeah, and JJ's playing Who is he playing? Oh, Chase Daly.
Chase Daly.
Probably might be his first top 8.
Where's he from? Victorian boy?
I think he's Victorian.
Andy Ripley, table 12, please. Andy Ripley, table 12.
Been having a bit of a discussion about cool pool names. I think Chase Daly deserves a mention. It's a pretty cool pool name, isn't it? Chase Daly.
I think JJ Spink's got to get an honourable mention too.
It's not too bad, yeah. Sounds Egyptian.
Why wouldn't it be Egyptian?
He's got a fair beard on him, hasn't he?
Oh, absolutely.
Fair break too, Jesus. So, Jimmy's got back to the table with 2.
Wow, how is that going? He hit that incredibly square, didn't he? I feel like he's hit that straight into the jaw. Oh, Jimmy's back at the table. I think he just signaled 2
He's got
shots.
2, yeah. It's about to be 2-1. I don't think he can chop this up short. Well, he's actually left himself a touch tricky. Oh, he's just waiting on Alec, that's all. So why is he taking so long? But he's just waiting on Alec to finish his
This
shot.
is a very important shot. Oh, he's just going to touch too far, I think.
I think he's okay.
You think he can drop it in? Off the red, maybe?
I think he's going to cannon the red. But if he can cannon it high and just nudge the yellow down a little bit.
Okay.
Talking about Alec's shot, yeah?
Yeah. Well, I thought he might, if he holds a little bit shorter, then he can run through and then play the yellow by the red in the middle.
Yep.
So I think he's just a little bit short. Alec may choose to play this off the red, actually, and just run through. Alec's is the kind of person, he doesn't like moving balls if they're on.
Yeah. Playing side.
Left-hand side, is he? Oh, yeah, he's trying to change the angle of the line. Straighten it up.
Yeah, you're spot on with that call. He just underhit it a touch.
Yeah. They are tough. When you're playing with that much side, it is quite tough to judge the speed.
Geez, Jimmy's actually got lucky there, I think.
Yeah. I think that the yellow goes.
Yeah, it flies in the yellow.
Bit of a soft screw, stay high on the yellow.
Alec has to play this in the middle, doesn't he? Like, he doesn't have a choice.
Yeah, he's in no man's land otherwise. Can he play a double though? I think the double is on. It looks way too thin to be playing a card.
What's he doing here?
I have absolutely no idea.
Deep screw, is he?
Screwing around the black? Oh, wow.
Look at this shot.
That is incredible.
I think I just got wood. That was, actually, no, it's a poor shot. He's landed on the rail.
Good player would be straight.
Yeah, he should have been off the rail. He could have just like punched it in and landed fat. He's actually a bit tricky, I think. He just slides. You don't want to catch this like red a little bit half ballish. He wants to slide past it.
Yeah.
I think he will. Yeah, he has.
I see that. Ooh.
Oh, he's missed the
that,
pot.
Did that duck
Do
in?
you reckon it might have ducked in a touch?
He looked like he was warping as soon as he hit it.
I do know table 2, which is the one that Shannon and Nike's playing on, has a savage roll.
Oh, really?
Into the left centre. Yeah, really bad.
Hitting up nap or down nap?
It doesn't matter.
Oh, really?
It's actually a genuine roll. I think the table, they might have fixed it by now, but had to hit on the last night. It was a genuine roll.
Jonesy might have just fallen really, really awkward here.
Yeah, it's not a good shot. There's actually no excuse for that. You shouldn't even be going near that black there.
Yeah, that's just a poor shot. This is a little bit tricky now, actually. I think you might see Jonesy just come push first and just play one of these reds down here. I don't think you want to be touching the 2 balls up the top.
Do you think you can even hit one of them? Do you think you can just clip one past the black? Like the one that's on the right hand side, you can get to it, just flick it?
It is possible, but I think the problem is if you're going to leave him a shot at the yellow, you're giving him a free shot at playing a natural position to get on the black as well.
I think I'm trying to flick it and then come back with the side cushion and
I'm wondering if he can come cush first and then hit the lowest of the reds.
yeah.
Or he can take the one up the top, like the thin cut that's on the rail and play it firm, so that way he brings the white down table as well. But it's...
Tough shot Chinese.
Yeah, when you're Chinese and you're trying to play it firm, it's very hard to keep your cue straight.
And Jones is not the tallest bloke in the room either.
It certainly isn't.
Or the skinniest.
And
so he'd have a bit of trouble.
He does have the gut factor too when he's leaning over the table that he's gut mind touchable. Oh, he's got time foul, is it?
He was there a long time.
He was. Wow. Oh, you can take ball in. Can you take ball in hand?
He absolutely can, and Alec will know that, and he will do it. If he does not call ball in hand, I can't believe this. This, for someone of his experience, is unbelievable. cannot believe it. I am...
Well, actually,
No, I'm sorry. There is no... You just drop it in the middle and come down for the black in the middle. You just...
No, I think it looked a little bit thinner than that. Alex is falling a little bit awkward here.
You are on the gear, Dave, if you do not take ball in hand there.
That is true.
Like, even if you just run it up the rail of this corner, it's linking to the middle. Like, it's just not the... Oh, he's gone in off. That's going to go. That'll hug him.
Well,
He's managed to hold.
That has slowed up drastically.
It has. No, that would... Look, even if he wins this frame, I'm sure if he was to be asked, did you know you could take ball in hand there, he would say, wow, I forgot all about it.
Well, it is Alec. He probably will say yes, even though he said he didn't.
I deliberately did this. No, I'm telling you, he's brain faded for a quick second there.
Missed it again.
That was a genuine miss, that one,
Yeah,
mate.
he missed that by a long way.
Imagine if he took ball in hand. Just saying. He would have had an easy black.
Oh wow, these yellows look. Every yellow looks on here. Jimmy just has a field day with these. He makes them look so easy.
Well, that looks really weird. The split screen.
Oh yeah. He has 1.5 feet.
He does.
30 seconds.
This is still, James is still in like a reasonably tough spot. He's got to know his pot, and he has, but he's still landed dodgy. Another good pot required.
I think you can play this as a two-way shot. You just play with a little soft screw in case you miss it in the middle. You're always going to hold for the ball in the bottom right corner, and then you're always going to snoop him from the black as well. Does want to finish low on the red. Jimmy's gone for the extraction, hasn't worked out.
Yeah, no, he extracted it to the right so he could punch it down there and layer up.
Always a crowd pleaser.
Loves it. He's doing your shot.
Oh, he's missed that. Oh, he just played. Did he just play for a snooker?
I think he did. I honestly think he did.
Yeah, he looked like he was just playing that far draw. The link up with the two balls up the end was a little bit awkward as well. So maybe Jonesy's just he's not feeling great at the moment.
Do you think the swerve's on? I reckon the swerve's on. I reckon Alec's going to swerve this and have a crack. This is a realistic chance, this shot. I don't even reckon you need to swerve it that much.
Well, he's hitting up now, so he needs to get it to bend pretty early. Well, he got it bend a bit too early. Alec could be happy with that result.
No, he won't.
Oh, not now.
Actually, no, it's not that great.
Yeah, I think do you think he just tops through the railer here? Just play the railer. You don't play for a pot here. You just top it through and snooker him from the black.
Wow, that's really dangerous.
Oh my god.
Stupid.
Yeah, I don't agree with that shot at all.
He might have left it. He might have got lucky.
Oh, I'm not sure. Is that on?
Well, Alec could already be down potting it. Oh, he's waiting for Jimmy.
Trying to gauge by Alec's eyes what he's looking at. Well, there is a bit of pressure on this pot now for Jimmy.
Absolutely. But he gobbles these shots up.
Oh, Alec's looking at the corner.
Okay, so Jonesy hasn't left him perfect on the middle.
There's no way Alec should even have this opportunity. I'll say now, if Alec gets this, I don't think Jonesy can get him.
I think bad mistakes. Oh, he's gone in off.
Oh, wow.
That was actually not an easy shot either. He played that very 9-ball like, didn't he?
Yeah.
You know, like the top.
Amateur mistake.
Amateur mistake. I just noticed the way he played it. Like, I think if you don't play it at all, you probably jack up.
Oh, yeah,
Try and control it a little more.
Yeah. Oh, Jimmy's just...
Oh, he eats those. One of the best players in the game at those sort of shots.
I feel like when you play Jimmy and he does shots like that, he just like... You think he always gives you that little bit of a sniff and then he just takes it away. Takes away your heart and soul. And Jimmy is being Jimmy. Now 3-1 up.
Yeah, no, he's home. Wow, Jones just loaded that up for actually no reason at all.
TV time. You can get his whole body in this picture right now.
He is too.
Ooh.
Oh, it's under hit by a mile. This is not good. This is not a good... Oh, he's got two.
Still got two, yeah.
Okay, it's fine. Does he play the double or does he cut it?
Nah, I think you just take the card. Just a touch left-hand side, avoid the in-off.
Too smart, Jonesy. He just looks over the crowd. Did you say that voice? See that? I'll pop that black there, boys. See?
That's a big frame for Jonesy to get. Because
Oh.
he has been struggling a bit out there.
I think we did miss the Jonesy Waddle there.
Oh, did we?
We missed the Jonesy Waddle
Oh,
there, Dan.
no.
The Jonesy victory waddle.
So there was a victory roll. You were on point.
It looked waddle-esque.
I think he I think he pulls out the waddle most of the time when he gets unlucky. And then it's the hand. Then it comes like the full hands on the hips, not just the shake of the head. We want the full Monty today.
I'd like to see Tyron just get his way back in just a little bit.
Yeah.
Give himself a bit more exposure, a bit more TV time, a bit more experience.
The link up with Reds is a little bit awkward here.
You know Tyron, do you?
Yeah, well, only just recently. I haven't seen a lot of Ty, but he was in our state playoffs recently, and he was actually, after the first weekend, was in the top 7, but then unfortunately he got called into work and tried everything to get out of it and had to pull out the second weekend. So
Well, that really sucks.
yeah, he was absolutely gutted. So
Sometimes you just got to have a sick day.
he said like this, he tried everything he could. You know, it's just that they were behind on a job and they called in everyone.
Oh, that's crazy.
Yeah, so
It actually really sucks that like something like that is important to you in a personal life, that a job can actually affect that.
oh yeah, absolutely. Especially like to make your first team as well. I mean, something special.
If my work tried, in fact, this has happened to me. This is a true story. When I wanted to go away to, it was either Nationals or it was Nationals one year, and they basically declined my leave.
Oh, you're joking.
I handed in my resignation on the spot, and then the CEO from like the overseeing CEO came in and basically overturned. And I think his words were, "Nobody wins a battle in a shooting match," or something like that. I can't remember exactly what he said, but yeah, it got turned. And
Did you tell him a cool story, bro?
basically just, I said, if you're going to stop me from doing something I love, just because there's a staff member that was already taking leave,
Right.
so that's just rubbish. You've got to be, work needs to be flexible as well. I don't care what job you're in, unless you're a bloody doctor or something.
Mm-hmm. Is Alec going to play
Brain
a double?
surgeon.
Do you think Alec's going to play a double on this yellow, or is he going to play the yellow on the left-hand side, get to the bottom rail, and then use that ball at the bottom for an extraction on the other? No, he's just backed himself to make the double here.
He's going to punch this, screw up, is he?
Yeah, I think he's going to screw out. Play the 2 on the left-hand side.
Don't think you actually want to be on the rail. You want to come out, send it like. I think he actually wanted to be on the ball on the bottom right here.
I think he's okay. I think he needs to just slow roll this in a rover. I mean, he's feels in a lot of trouble
Yeah,
in
these
this
Reds
frame.
are crap, aren't they?
Yeah. We won't leave him with an easy starter. Just don't want to hit this thin and going off.
Played it
So
well.
he's played it thick.
Wow.
This is tough for Jonesy even to create a problem here for Alec.
Yeah, it is. And I tell you what, Tyron's taking these balls quite well.
Absolutely.
He needs to get fairly straight on this last red in the middle, and he can just drop it in for a simple black.
Is he going to stun it off the rails, or is he just going to little soft screw here?
I think just hard stun it
Yeah.
off the back rail. Well, not smash it, but you can just force it into the rail and bring it back out.
Just wants to come a little bit back as well. Just want to make it an easier shot in the middle.
Yeah, so you want to come up a little high, or like you said, more to the right. I think you can drag it in.
Yeah, absolutely. Drag it in, just take a half ball on the black.
Or if you're really feeling amazing, you just punch it in and come right side of the table. Jonesy's gone crazy mode.
Jones like, I don't play tactics anymore. I'm just going to go game.
I don't know if he had a lot of choices there, to be honest.
Yeah.
Horrible balls.
The only option I think he had could have played the red on the left and try and promote it to the middle pocket and sit it on top of the yellow.
Yeah.
At least it would buy him at least one more shot at the frame. And his balls would be a lot more dangerous in that position. But I mean, it's just so tough to win those kind of frames against Alec.
They are against most players at this time of this comp. Always missed
it. Wow.
You can't miss those if you're going to...
And he's left the gap for Jimmy as well.
Yeah, Jimmy's just going to eat these alive. But Jimmy might even bother with it. He might just put the ball in the middle because it's the dodgiest ball.
Oh, that's on in the middle, is it?
Yeah, I think so. Maybe not. I can't predict Jimmy's shots. He just like does. I think I think if I was to say predict every shot that Jimmy would play on this out, I will get more than 50% of it wrong.
All right, so what do you think? He's going to play the ball in the middle and get on the back rail?
Yeah, stun off the side rail and to bottom rail. Oh, look out. Well, he's played for the middle instead, but I got the stun off the side rail, I'll be right.
That's a win.
That's I'll cop that. I'll take that. One from 2.
One for the good
He's going to
players.
stun this and play for the other ball in the middle. 2 from 3. He's going to pop this screw back for the ball that's in the middle of the ball. There it is.
You're getting good at this.
Oh, it's getting easier now. It's sort of only one shot you can play.
Yeah, I'll predict his last ball.
Actually, he might actually be just off straight here.
Do you reckon he can stun down to the bottom?
He might actually play the bottom rail. I'm just looking at the angle now. He's got more. He's a lot less straight than I thought. So I think the bottom rail's a shot now.
Okay.
I was right the first time. I think he's going to pop this in the corner. Now he's going to stun up and try and land really straight on this last yellow.
Do you reckon he's going to stun or he's going to play it off the cushion? Depends on the angle, I guess. Mate just plays with a touch of left-hand side cushion.
He likes a stun shot though. He likes to punch balls in. Looks like he's actually playing side rail. Oh, that's
He's
a
hit
bad shot.
Yeah. Jimmy's just going to smash us in at 100 mile an hour.
You reckon?
He always likes hitting these balls hard.
I like to just back myself to just knock this in like plain ball without doing anything with the white. There you go, he just smashes it in, no worries. So Jimmy Delahunty is the first player to make the semis of Berri, and I'll tell you what, this could be his first Berri tournament. I'd love a score between Mikey Cacciola and Shannon Purcell. Who is? Mikey is.
Oh yeah, he's won.
I'm very happy to hear that from a financial perspective.
Oh, you got him, did you?
Yeah.
All right. Well, it's great on the TV table because I have Jimmy Della and Alec in the Calcutta.
4-zip. Oh, he's just about to. I'm pretty full.
I think a lot of the CueballTV viewers, I'm not sure how familiar they would be with Mikey playing two-shot a lot of the time. Like, he hasn't been playing he hasn't been playing nationals for quite a few years now, I think. But
I think he's pretty well known, two-shot world, yeah.
He is hitting the ball as good as anybody right now. He really is. All the sets that we're having with him, I haven't met anyone who hits the ball as dead center as him. It's incredible.
He definitely has decided to forget about his last match on the stream table. He was definitely not happy with that.
It could be Mikey's tournament. Like a lot of his matches, he's saying he just has not played well, but he's just
still winning.
Yeah, guys just been giving him chances. So you hear a lot of stories like that. All you need is just a little bit of luck in a couple of matches.
You absolutely need luck.
Yeah, get a little bit of rhythm.
I don't think anyone's won a tournament where they've just said, I dominated every single person I played from every single shot. Maybe Rusty Wheeler would say that because that's something that Rusty would love to say. But
self-appraisal.
Well, yeah, he's just the way he is.
Yeah.
You know? I just destroyed everybody because I am the king.
He's great to watch, Rusty.
He's fun, and he's been doing his little Facebook videos and stuff. Some of them have been funny, some of them have been not. But he's probably developing a mini cult following from it.
Oh, I think Jonesy's played a poor shot there. I don't think he's on a pot here.
No, he's only got this one in the corner, hasn't he?
I think he was trying to hold and play the yellow up the top right corner to get some coverage. But he's in a spot of bother here. All Alec's balls are easily accessible. I think the black's on.
Yeah,
the
and that
right corner in the middle.
The one that's stuck to yellow, you can play the red off it.
He's come up with a good shot here. He may opt to play. I'm not sure if he can play a long double with that ball on the left and try and leave the white, try and hide the white on the middle of the back of the bottom cushion here.
Oh, he's just going to try and cut this in and do something. Oh no! Oh, that's a good shot.
That's a cracker. He struck that well.
How's his angle on this ball in the middle? I wonder if he's got angle to just punch off the side rail and into the yellow. But the thing is, are you going to be on a ball afterwards?
I think also the problem is, like, when you're really straight like this, it's hard to maintain the power through the white when you get the extraction.
Yeah, you're right.
I'm not sure if the lower of the two yellows passes in the right middle. If not, then you may see him lay up here.
Yeah, I don't think it does. Yeah, you're right. You probably put this over the kick and just block one. Oh.
Yeah, that's about as much as he could have done right there. I mean, he's just digging a bigger and bigger hole otherwise.
Yeah, you're right. And Alec could probably just get this red out.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to see whether Alec decides to have a dip here. There's not really a good link-up ball to get on that ball that's on the bottom right-hand side. So I think you'll see Alec just chip this out, leave it on the back cushion.
I reckon he'll take the pot on in the middle.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
It's a bit of a shot to nothing,
for nothing,
so.
yeah, for sure. Because he doesn't want to leave him on the yellow where he can play it up in the top right corner anyway.
I think at the end of the day, even if he takes this on and Jonesy would pop the ball over the corner anyway and play that red up, or the yellow up over the corner anyway. Like he'd be forced to eliminate another ball, but
yeah.
Alec just decided against that. I think Alec feels comfortable on getting on this last red, using it as his last ball for the link up to the black.
Yep.
This is obviously the separation shot about to come up.
Yeah. If this red comes out well, then I think Alec's out of here.
Yeah, I think you have to give this a little bit off the back rail, back out again with the red. Don't want it to come back and stick on the yellow again.
Yeah. So you think he's going to play it off the back cushion and into the yellow?
No, he's just going to give it a bit so the red comes off the back rail and back out past the yellow, just like that.
Oh, is it that perfect? Yeah. That's a perfect link-up ball now to get on the ball by the black. So it'd be left middle, left corner, right corner.
He has a perfect angle right now to play this ball in the middle and get on this red if he wants to, if he's not comfortable with leaving it till last. But obviously he's got the black to worry about too, but it is an option for him. But you're right, he's definitely leaving that red till last now.
Well, maybe he's got too much angle on the ball in the middle right now. He's going to soft screw up and then play it in the right middle. Let's make sure he's high on the ball. Doesn't want to be low.
I think he's lost that a little.
I'm not sure which one he was playing for then.
I think he's actually playing for one in the corner, and then he was going to play the same shot I said. Just get the angle on the ball in the middle and stun the side rail.
This is coming a little bit tricky now.
Yeah, he's caught it too thin, the ball over the hole. JB's just come over to give me some money.
What's that for? Okay. Yeah, we got halves. Yep. So we got some business deals going on with JB at the moment.
Did you have a bet on the book, did you?
Well, because we got Alec and James, we decided to bet Mikey for the win as well, to hedge our bets.
Smart idea. Maybe I should do that.
We just don't, unless the fourth table wins it. Ooh, that I'm not sure if he can punch it off the back cushion, but this is a very, very difficult shot to control the line because of the speed he's going to be hitting this
He's
ball.
also got to play some right hand side.
You think so? You think he can't just get there and just try and miss the yellow?
I think he's got to. I think the yellow, if he just misses, is dangerous. I think you're better off hitting it a little more to left and squaring it right. See, that was my concern. I think you need to deep it more, and because you hit it with your screw, it's going to push it to the left. So you've actually got to check it back up with right, but then you kill the wide as well. So it's a crazy hard shot.
It might have been worthwhile if he had a bit of angle to like play it with bottom left hand side and swing it off the top cushion and the left cushion. But either way, it was an incredibly difficult shot.
This might go, you know.
Yeah, absolutely. It's just going to drag this in, Alec, I think.
Oh, I think he's got to punch this. I think he has to punch this to force the red off the jaw, off the back of the yellow. I think he has to punch it. It's a tough shot. He's had to play a few tough shots after he lost position. He's just double kissed it in. Tell you what, if you're going to leave the white ball somewhere that was a bit dodgy, that's not a bad spot. Jonesy's going to be jacking up on this and looking a bit weird.
Doesn't need to be jacked up to be looking weird.
But we're going to see that jabby little rushy action that you sometimes get when he's not in a comfortable position.
Because he can't really top this through. It's really awkward to cue it like that.
I think you got to jack it. I think you got to jack up a bit on it. Depends on his angle too.
Yeah.
Oh, he's going to push it.
Oh, he's got a bit of angle to do it.
Just pushes straight through it.
What up, Mikey? Mikey Cacciola?
just won 4-0, I believe.
Drinking water for the first time all weekend.
I have not seen Mikey Cacciola ever drink an alcoholic beverage in my life.
Oh. So if Mikey's mum's watching, hi Mrs. Cacciola.
Hi, Mrs. Cacciola. I'm honest when I say I've never seen him ever have a drink in my life. That is actually a true story.
I have seen it maybe too often.
I actually never seen him drink. I'm serious.
Wow.
I can't recall it.
It's because he's a baby-faced assassin. You probably think he's underage.
Well, yeah. Every time he goes to the bar, they say, no, you're underage. Show us your ID. There you go, I lost my license. Yeah, because you don't have one, you're 12. Good shot there from Jonesy.
He's hit that absolutely perfect.
He still had 2 as well, I think.
I still disagree with that shot, though.
Punching it.
Yeah, with 2 shots.
Yeah.
I mean, it looks great and everything, but it's just an unnecessary risk, I think.
Yeah, you know what? You ask 100 people that, you'll get a bit of 100 elite players that, you'll get a 50-50 fence there, because some people will prefer to punch that in and not worry about the 2-shot thing.
Yeah.
And others will just, they'd prefer to make sure they run it up and get position. For me, it just depends how I'm feeling. If I feel amazing, I just punch that in. If I don't feel great, I'll roll it down.
Yeah, that is true. That was one thing I took away from Mick Hill as well. When he was saying, a lot of the time when you're mapping out, it really comes down to how you're feeling at the time. Like if you have a ball near the rail, he was saying, well, if you're feeling great, you just get on it. But if you're not, then you got to look for an extraction. So it was really good to hear that from someone like him. Whereas normally you think, oh, well, if it's there, you just got to get on it and just pot him down the rails all the time.
Yeah.
But, it was interesting to hear some human side of him.
And it is really funny too, because when I'm struggling and I feel I'm not playing well, as soon as the break happens and I see a ball on the rail, my mindset instantly says, well, that's not on. It's not potable.
Well, I have to double it only.
I have to get it out, or I have to double, or I can't pot that. So they're no good, those balls. I mean, it doesn't happen like that extreme very often, but when you're really struggling and you just like struggling to pull string a couple of balls together and you can't get your arm through the cue ball, and it's you think some crazy stuff. I actually don't have as much of a problem with that anymore since I've started cueing the ball a lot better than I used to, and I'm feeling, for someone that's not putting in time in the game, I'm feeling pretty good about my game.
Oh, that's great. Do you think it's just because you're more fresh in the mind, as in because you're not playing as often?
I think it's because I don't care. There's I don't have any expectations on winning. Right. So if I do win, well, great, it's a bonus. If I lose, I just come and put a microphone on.
Win-win.
That's right.
Well, I think Alec has to take yellows here, just because of that. Reds has a couple of really awkward problems. One can be extracted, where I don't think the one on the left can.
I like to screw off the ball in the middle here, trying to get off the side cushion, trying to get the angle on the one just to the below on the right of black for the extraction straight away.
I'm not sure if he can get there though. It looks like a little bit off.
Too much angle. Yeah.
He may be able to top it through and then play the ball that's in the middle of the table and then screw into that one. Or he may just pop this and then, I'm just going to put this over the hole.
Yeah.
Especially at 2-all in a situation like this, especially how he's gone for the outs and then butchered a couple recently. Yeah. Even though they are obviously incredibly tough outs. Alex might just play, I'm just going to play tough single playing ball right now. Give him nothing out there and make him earn it.
I think that last out he played was very gettable, but it was... he just obviously he's just one shot out of position, just buried the whole out.
And that just goes to show how even with simple 3-ball outs or 4-ball outs, how every shot deserves the same care and attention. As soon as you decide to get lazy on it, you will be punished.
No, I agree with that.
Oh, he spotted it.
Yeah, he didn't mean to. And just on that comment I said earlier about not caring, if you're new to the game and you want to get better and all that sort of stuff, the attitude that I've just explained is a horrible attitude if you have the mindset of wanting to improve and get better. So don't take that as gospel by any means. It's just I've been playing the game forever.
Are you talking about your railers, or are you talking about not playing?
No, I'm talking about just not putting in time and not caring, because if you're wanting to do well, you have to have the hunger and the desire to succeed. You can't not care. If you can play like you don't care when it really matters, that's fantastic. And a good example of that is Jake McCartney.
Mm-hmm.
But you have to care. You have to want to win. You have to have the desire to win and succeed. Otherwise, you actually won't. You actually will not. not long term and not consistently anyway.
There is actually, I do believe there is a thing as wanting it too much as well, where you create too much unnecessary pressure on yourself, and then with comes with that comes expectation. Then your backhand will get a little bit more tense when you come to tournaments because you want to do well all the time. Where you just need to be focused most of the time.
I completely agree with that, and having that over expectation, it's purely a mindset. And at the end of the day, if you're putting the time in and you're doing all the right things on the table to make sure that, you know, oh, I've got this big pressure ball, but you've nailed it 100 times practicing and it just becomes a normal shot, then you're doing the right things. Expectation is a mindset, it really is.
Yeah. And
self-belief overcomes the expectation because you're believing in yourself at all times, no matter what the situation.
Like having that will and want and desire to win is half the battle, but then the rest of it is just making sure that you can maintain your focus in whenever you're playing, whether it be quality players or whether it be weak players. I mean, they both deserve they're both different kinds of mindsets. But one of the most common ones that you hear from a lot of people is, that's a great shot by Alec. Do you think that yellow pass is down the bottom right corner?
It's hard to say.
I think it does. Looks like the black goes under the yellow, under the red in the bottom left corner too.
Oh, yeah, I reckon that's all right. You see he plays for a double too, you know.
Oh, that is possible too. Just go past the red here. Is he playing this with check or is he going to play the bottom?
He's checking it up, yeah.
I think it must pass then if that's the case. What's his link up here, Jamie?
Do you think he's underhit that?
Yeah, I'm not sure if he's playing for this. It's hard to see the table right now.
Yeah, I don't know if he's played for this angle. Like, it looks like not a nice angle.
He has to get into this quite well. This is the key shot.
Well, he's played it well.
He struck that very well. If anything, he's overhit it.
This has to go to the corner.
Yeah.
Like, this has to go to the corner to have played this out like this.
Yeah. The shot in the middle, he would have just come underneath the red and then played the double if that was the case.
Exactly, yeah. Yeah, it goes for sure.
Yeah.
That's an excellent shot. Oh, well, you know, a slight hampered queuing, but let's not be too critical. It's a good shot.
Well, this is now missable because of the awkward queuing.
Yeah, I think you'll roll it in, though. I don't think you need to punch it in or anything. Just drop it in.
He's feathering a lot on this shot.
Yeah, he knows how important this shot is.
Oh, he's hit that well.
Even this has got to be hit well. I mean, you got half a pocket.
He did play a shot like this in the last frame. It was obviously a lot more difficult, but...
Oh, yeah, that shot was crazy harder. This is an open pocket. You had to like come off the bottom jaw inside. That was a really hard shot. Good out there from Alec.
Important frame for him.
Yeah, it was kind of like, I think maybe some of it was planned as he went along. I think that screwback shot for the ball in the top left-hand corner was when things really got in hand. I think before that it was not ideal. Not on the string, shall we say?
Especially after missing that out, it's really important to make sure you make a statement in the next frame and not... You see a lot of people, like myself, once you play a bad frame or you play a bad shot, then it can become...
snowball.
Yeah, absolutely. And you're basically battling yourself out there more than anything. And that's the thing with Alec, it's just how incredibly strong he is in all situations. Like, it's just as battle-tested as it gets, really, in Australian A-ball.
Yeah, they're moving some tables, getting ready for semis.
Right. Is the other semi finished as well?
Yeah, they've all finished except for JJ won.
Okay, JJ.
Mikey won and Jimmy won. There's no hiding anymore, folks. If you want a sick draw, you don't get that in the semis because you're going to run into someone that can fire.
Absolutely. And it seems like everyone's in really, really good form.
Yeah, everyone seems to be playing quite well.
Shannon Purcell was flying pretty much all day and Mikey just obliterated him 4-0.
Yeah, let's not talk about Shannon Purcell.
What's that?
Let's not talk about Shannon Purcell. No, he did. He wrecked me. So
the snap, crackle, and pop.
Yeah. Bloody redheads.
But yeah, like been doing a lot of talking with Mikey, Ricky Emery back at home, Jimmy Della here and there, just a lot on the mental side of the game. It's really interesting to hear different pool players who are obviously brought up in different backgrounds or have accomplished different things and hear what they have to say about it. But it's definitely the one thing I think that pool players don't focus enough on, because whenever you're playing under pressure, it's all what goes on between your ears which determines how you can play.
Oh, for sure.
And that's why you can see a lot of players like, oh, Jonesy, wow.
And that's an example right there, mental strength.
Yeah.
He has tried to spifflicate that break to try and produce an out, when really if he times the ball, it's the same thing.
Yeah, but you get better spreads actually.
Yeah.
Oh wow, the Reds look absolutely perfect. He's got a nice little extraction. I just need to play one good extraction shot on the right hand side, but as long as he plays it in a controlled way, he'll be on the lowest of the Reds in the left middle. I don't really see any problems here for Alec, especially with 2.
Yeah, it's all about that ball on the side rail. I mean, at the end of the day, he doesn't even have to extract it. He can waste one on it and just push it up to the middle pocket.
Absolutely. You done a lot of reading and research on the mental side of the game, or do you talk mostly to the other guys in Victoria?
When I was younger, I got into it a bit. That's perfect for a shot there from Alec too. These days, like I said, I just sort of just don't really care anymore. I just do whatever.
Yeah, but that being said, like when you have that more carefree attitude, there's less pressure on yourself, so therefore you're not thinking about wanting to win and stuff like that. So.
The one thing that I would really love to know how to overcome, and that is how to just get rid of those first game or morning jitters or whatever you want to call them.
Oh, well, he hasn't got through that.
No. Because I seem to always struggle at the start of tournaments, first match or two.
Absolutely.
Although, having said that, today I actually felt that I didn't play too bad the first couple of matches, but I felt okay, I felt good on the cue. But in general, I'm a bit shaky on the cue. I don't get through the ball.
Honestly, I don't think there's anyone out there that does, or anyone has a magic formula.
Well, the thing is, people say that, but then you see guys that do it fine every time.
Yeah, true.
Do
you think it's just a mental thing?
I think it's more of a practice thing, to be honest. I think you put heaps of time in the game. Your arm always feels good.
It will always be, you always make sure that it's coming out straight, even if you're not, even if you got the shakes a little bit in the morning. Yeah, for sure.
The morning shakes is becoming an issue as I get older.
That could have been the alcohol though from the night before.
I've been pretty good there. I mean, I've had a few socials, but I've killed it with enough time to get to bed and be fine the next day. I woke up this morning, felt like absolute crap. I had a shower and then I felt amazing. So shower cures all.
Alex played a fantastic shot there. Just open up the frame. I was wondering how he was going to open up that ball, but he's come out absolutely perfect.
I sense this is the end for Jonesy.
Absolutely.
This ball on the left-hand side of the table will be the final ball. Just links perfectly to the black.
Just want a little soft screw. You just want to stay high on this red. So that way you don't have to worry about screwing or
land on the blue spot.
Rail. Yeah, absolutely.
Actually, he's going to go down a little lower. He's just going to take the natural line down. Oh no, he's stunned it. Oh, I don't like that.
Yeah, I don't like that at all either.
He's actually got to do a bit with it or leave himself a bit longer.
That was one of the things also that when talking to McKeel, was like he'll say how players always like to get low on balls, whereas if you're high, it's very easy to you can always play at a pocket weight, and you can just with touches aside control the line so much easier.
Yeah, he's all about what he calls a knowledge shot. Whereas see, that shot's an execution shot because he had to put spin on the white, top side stun shots or whatever, and you play that shot 10 different times, you'll get 10 different results. Whereas if you're playing the natural angle, it's always going to be the same. And you can manipulate that angle with touch of right hand side, touch of left hand side, hitting it 11 o'clock, 10 o'clock.
Absolutely. Also, under pressure as well, that's where the execution shots will go wrong. Like a shot like that, you might not just get through it when you're playing in a big match, whereas if you're just rolling the ball in and then just trying to judge the line, it's very, very hard to get that shot wrong.
Yeah, I agree. And when I was learning, because I actually learned a lot of this off Robbo. Robbo was doing a lot of this with Mick Hill, and Robbo's quite good at it now as well. And I mean, he himself admits he's not at the level of Mick Hill, because Mick Hill's knowledge, ability to find natural angles and that sort of stuff is, I think, the best in the world.
Insane, yeah.
And so Robbo spent an hour and a half with me one night after we played one of the leagues down in Melbourne, and it was like the best hour and a half I've ever had.
Wow.
Just in talking about pools, showing little scenarios. I'm terrible when it comes to just showing someone a scenario. Do this. That's why I think I'd make a terrible coach. I just can't creatively make scenarios for people.
Right.
But what it did do for me is I went home and I started practicing, and all that was going through my head, and I actually messaged Robbie the next day and he laughed about it, and I'd break the balls and I'd look for the dead ball and I'd go, now, using knowledge, how can I get this ball out? So I'm talking to myself and trying to logically and systematically work my way out how to find a natural angle to kick this ball out, and it was unbelievable how many more clearances I was making.
Oh, wow.
But as soon as you stop practicing, it's gone.
Right.
You have to rethink again on doing it all. You have to practice it. You actually have to practice that style of pull. You can't just not practice it all and go, oh, okay, I'm going to just start looking for knowledge shots.
Yeah.
It doesn't work.
Yeah,
and I've lost all of that now. Right. Completely forgotten most of it. Or I'm just not so much forgotten it, but my mindset is not on that wavelength at the moment.
Just not sharp thinking about it.
Yeah.
When you're playing a lot, it becomes automatic. You just see the shots, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Then you start putting more time in again, and then it'll come again. But yeah, look, me in practice, we're not friends at the moment, and yeah, I don't know.
I thought when you were talking about, there's a ball, I thought you started referring to yourself in the third person. Jamie is going to extract this ball over here.
I might try that next time.
Oh, there we go. I'm Dave again.
You are Dave. So, folks, we're just getting ready. Tables being brushed for semi-final action. What's your predictions? Who's going to draw who?
Well, I'm going to be quite biased and say Jimmy, Alec, because I have them both in the calculator.
Well, I'm actually happy with that.
Yeah, it'll be a cracking final for sure. But honestly,
I want them to draw each other now.
I would. Honestly, I would love to see Mikey and James as a spectacle, just because they're both so aggressive, both incredible killers and potters. It would just be it'd be a great match to watch for sure.
How about they play in the final?
Yeah, that's what I mean, the final.
And then Mikey wins.
That's okay, because I also got Mikey on the sportsbook to hedge my bets. So.
What odds did you get him at?
That I don't know. I have to speak to JB about that. And then JJ says, "Screw you all, and I'm going to win the tournament."
Yeah, well,
he's
possible. Obviously doing something right. He's come down from Queensland. He hasn't come down to muck around. He's in the last 4.
And he has been hitting the ball quite well as well.
I've not actually even seen him play at all today, but like I said, you can't be doing too much wrong if he's in the 4 now.
Absolutely.
I think he would have been pretty over the moon about his 8 draw. Probably the best of, no offence to Chase, but if I was to pick one of the guys I'd, as a preference to play, would have probably been Chase.
Yeah, at least experience in this situation as well.
Yeah.
Nerves got to the better of him.
Absolutely no disrespect. It's just, it's obviously just common sense.
Absolutely.
You're not going to turn around and say, oh yeah, I'd much rather play Jimmy. I'll leave that to the final.
I don't think there's too many people in the world who would want to say
Once he gets going.
So we're going to have a really good semi-final here. Usually there's always a couple of surprise packets here and there, but this one, just at this stage of the tournament, the cream just rise to the top.
Yeah, the 2 surprise packets are now gone. No, I think that was probably Tyron and Chase.
Yeah.
They've made the 8. They've had a good tournament, but they've just obviously they've been rolled.
So you normally practice at home when you're back in Victoria? Or
I have a table at home. It doesn't get used very often. Actually, it needs reclothing and re-rubbering really badly.
Right.
But I actually love the pocket cuts so much. They're quite they're not generous as these tables, but they are more generous than most.
Right.
And I love it. And I'm too scared to get it redone in case whoever cuts it or whatever just doesn't cut it exactly the same.
Right.
So yeah, it just doesn't get reclothed.
Right.
It still runs quite well for its. I've had it since 07.
Oh wow, that's a long time.
Never been reclothed or re-rubbed it, so it's pretty good effort.
So it might straighten up a little bit.
It does run well though. I'm very happy with it.
Nice.
It's actually one of the tables from the Nationals when I was at Breakers in Preston.
Okay, what? It's not a true line?
No, it's one of JR's tables.
Okay, nice. Yeah, JR's table is absolutely beautiful to play on.
Yeah, I mean, I gave his ones a big guns fair canning, but we obviously found out later on that none of the rails had been undercut at all. And that's why you couldn't pot them down the rails. They were crazy tight.
Yeah, big guns is quite interesting. It's because it really depends on which table draws you're getting, like according to what style of game you're going to play on. Some of them just are absolute buckers, and some of them just like you hit them beautifully and they just rattle all over the time.
Yeah, actually, I think the tables out the back are heaps different to the ones. I struggled hardcore on that table out there, and look, whether it was the reason I lost or not, obviously it's not, you know, but just a couple of shots where I had to adjust. I just didn't adjust quick enough, you know.
Yeah, I played qualifying out there yesterday. We had a look at the draw cuts. The drop zones and everything exactly the same. It's just that on the outside there, the rubbers around the pocket are rounded, just like a normal table. Whereas if you probably won't be able to see it on the cameras, but especially the 4 main ones in the main playing area are incredibly square cut. Very similar to the British tables, the British A-ball tables.
Yeah.
Probably playing a little bit like it too. I've seen guys hit rails halfway up and they're still fine.
Oh, there they are. If I was ever going to criticise one thing about this tournament, they don't extend the races. Like the final is best of 7. I think that's just crazy. This should be best of 9.
Yeah.
The final should be best of 11. I think they do it because of time constraints on the venue. But yeah, crazy.
Yeah, especially in the final, you want at least a race to 5.
Yeah. And I'll tell you what, if I was racing on 11, I'm going to miss out on my steak, so I can't have that.
Should we inform them to leave it the way it is?
Just got a message from Rusty. The king does not need self-appraisal. All right there, Rusty, you suck. How's that sound?
It's all by Rusty.
Oh, good value.
Absolutely arrogant.
Oh, I've called it right.
Ginny versus Alec. Oh no. Well, they've got one in the final, I guess.
You can have all to yourself this time, right?
The old versus the new.
That'll be a sick match, actually, because they are both playing well. I think Alec's playing... Oh, it's just hard to tell from that last match. He did just sort of balls up a couple, didn't he?
Yeah, he did have control of most of the frames, to be fair. But yeah, he wasn't maybe as clinical as James. I'm going to have Mikey and JJ. I'm not too familiar with JJ's game. I saw him up at Nationals last year, but from what I've seen of him, he hits the ball incredibly well, has a good stroke, times the ball well.
Yeah, I just have not seen enough of the bloke play, and I know he's a good player.
You guys have to go.